It's been a full day, huh? But we've had some great authors on stage, some great vendors, a lot of great things happening. Our final author for the evening, right before our big One Book, One City, is Allie Millington, which I want to talk to her a little bit about this book. And then we have some fun things that we're going to talk about. So before we do that, how many of you pre-ordered Olivetti from the Bookworm? So this book has only been out for about a month, right? It's only been 2 weeks? Oh my gosh. So the reason why I think it's been longer, because I read it before it came out. If you pre-ordered this book from the Bookworm, you were entered into a giveaway, which Allie actually gave away a typewriter, and we will explain this, or she will explain the significance of that. But actually, I see the person who won the typewriter in the audience. I'm a little jealous. But please welcome to the stage Miss Allie Millington.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
Allie, can you tell us a little bit about Olivetti?
Absolutely. So, this is my first book that's been published. It is written for the middle grade audience, so 8 to 12-year-olds. But one fun thing that I've learned just in the 2 weeks that my book has come out is that people of all different ages have really enjoyed the story. And one of those reasons, I think, is because my novel is actually told from the perspective of a typewriter. And there's so many different people who have stories and memories tied to typewriters, whether it was a grandparent using them as they grew up, or they actually learned how to type on a typewriter. So I really loved getting to write a children's book about a typewriter, because there's so many kids who haven't gotten to experience the magic of a typewriter and the nostalgia, and I mean, they just have so much charm, kind of effortlessly. So, my book, Olivetti, is essentially about a typewriter named Olivetti who has recently been replaced by a computer, and instead of collecting words and memories like he has for years for the Brindle family, he's actually now just collecting dust. He sits on the side of the desk watching the Brindle family and how they have just changed over the years. Just had to keep an eye on that. Okay, thank you. Yes, so Olivetti has been watching how the Brindle family have gone through something that 12-year-old Ernest, who's the third or fourth children, calls the everything that happened. And so that's something that the Brindles went through together that was really hard. It was a trying season for them, and it actually drove... That's okay. It kind of drove the Brindles apart. And so Olivetti has been watching them slowly forget the things that are important to them, and, you know, they just don't spend as much time together. But he's a typewriter. He can't really do much about it. But he remembers all of the things they've ever typed into him, all the memories as they grew up. The kids learned how to type on Olivetti. So he's stored up and treasured all of these memories in words for years and years. And one day, Ernest's mom actually goes missing. And her family has no idea where she went. And Olivetti decides that he's actually going to do something about it. He wants to help because he knows Beatrice pretty well. And so he actually decides to break the only rule of the typewriterly code, which is to type back all of the memories that have been stored inside of him for years. So Olivetti breaks this rule. He types to 12-year-old Ernest, who is kind of freaking out because all of a sudden this inanimate object is just spewing off all these words that he's collected over the years. And so Ernest and Olivetti have to work together, chasing clues all across San Francisco in order to find his mom Beatrice and bring the Brindle family back together.
Sorry, sir. This one? Does that sound like the greatest book ever? This one? Okay, thank you. I really, really, truly enjoyed that book.
Thank you.
And as she said, it's a middle grade book. I do want to take a pause from you, Allie, for a second. I do, because it is a middle grade book that we're talking about, and we're getting ready to have our adult One Book, One City. I wanted to talk about, because many of you may not know that we actually have a tween One Book, One City. So I'm actually going to pass the mic to Laura for a second. And Laura is from Powder Springs Library. So can we give her a big round of applause?
Hi. Yeah, in October, we'll be doing a tween One Book, One City. So we'll have a tween author. We'll choose the book, and everybody read the book and then come out and meet the author, ask questions. It's a great way to get the community involved. It's a great way to promote reading across the board, because without reading, everything else is secondary. So I'm hoping that we'll get a huge turnout for the One Book, One City this October.
Thank you so much, Laura. Give her a big round of applause. So we know I like to do fun things and have special people here to join me to help me out, especially since I've been on stage all day. So I am actually I'm honored that we have State Representative District 38, David Wilkerson here. So please give him a round of applause. I have him helping me with this announcement right here that is kind of huge and I'm really so excited about.
Hello, everybody. Exciting day here, and thank Julia for all the hard work she's been doing. Everybody give a round of applause if you don't mind. Thank y'all for being here. And the smart people in the shade, I like it. I am here to announce, you just heard some talk about the One Book, One City book that's coming in October. I'm going to tell you what that is. But first, my understanding is you got a dog.
I do have a dog, yes.
What's the dog's name? Crumpet?
Crumpet, yes.
I love dogs, so we have 2 dogs ourselves. But Olivetti is going to be the tween book, One Book, One City. Everybody get an announcement. So we're looking forward to reading it. So I'm going to get my copy, make sure I read it as well. Even though I'm not a tween, I want to understand.
Yeah.
The tweens are reading, the young people are reading. But thank you. I just wanted to make that announcement.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the reason why, outside of it's Olivetti and it's so cute and I get to read it again, one of the things we always encourage, of course, everyone to read together, the entire city and beyond. And when we pick our tween, I think our goal from both myself and Powder Springs Library is for us to read together as adults as well. It's great to have some special bonding time, and I think this is like the perfect book ever to do this. And I'm so excited that we were able to get Allie right in the beginning. She's had to keep this announcement secret for quite some time, so I'm really excited. I know it's been tough. Yeah. But she, just so you know, the book that we're reading, and I love that we chose this book before all these great things happened, but you were just, and tell us some of the accolades in the last 2 weeks since it's been released. Tell us some of the things.
Yes, so it's been a whirlwind the past 2 weeks. It's funny, when I first started writing this book, me and my family kind of had a funny pipe dream of, what if we could get the book into Tom Hanks's hands? Because I don't know if any of you know, but he loves typewriters. He has a huge typewriter collection. He gives a lot of typewriters away. And so we would just joke about it and be like, wow, wouldn't it be crazy if this could happen? And obviously it felt very far-fetched and didn't seem like it could be a possibility, but 4 days before my book came out, we got a email from the New York Times that Tom Hanks had not only read my book, but he wrote a really great review in the Times, which was amazing and completely unexpected. Thank you. Yes, I think I'm still in shock from it. So that was amazing. He was so kind to take the time to read the book. And then right when the book came out, it was an instant USA Today bestseller, which was great, and also an indie bookstore bestseller for the past 2 weeks, which I'm so thankful for, because like Julia and the Bookworm, I mean, indie bookstores just keep community is running. They encourage young readers. This book fest, I mean, just bringing so many people together. It's such a beautiful thing that indie bookstores get to do. And so to know that so many of them have opened their doors to my book and have been able to sell it is such a huge gift. So I'm really thankful for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So not giving away too much because of course we want you guys to read this. So as you know, One Book, One City Tween edition happens in October during the Fall Fest. So you have plenty of time to get it. But if you get it today, then of course Allie can sign it right now.
Yes.
Allie will be back
I will be back.
to have the discussion in One Book, One City. We also have some fun stuff planned.
We sure do.
for
More
that.
secrets.
More secrets.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Do you want to, before you leave the stage, kind of say anything else? Or
Can I?
you sure can.
Okay. Yeah. So Julia, she's full of great ideas. If you guys haven't
you.
figured that out already, but one of them was we wanted to team up and do a typewriter giveaway for someone who pre-ordered my book through the Bookworm, and I've had the joy of getting to collect so many typewriters along the way. On this journey, and got to bring them to schools and bookstores for anyone to type on, but especially kids for the first time. And so Julie and I hosted this giveaway where we were gonna choose a typewriter to give to one lucky winner. And that winner is sitting right here, Miss Natalie, and her family. So she'll be taking home this beautiful typewriter today, which I'm so excited about.
And I gotta say, as excited as I am for her, I am a little jealous.
We have to get Julia and the Bookworm their own typewriter.
I'm a little jealous, but
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Yes.
Just a few. We have a little bit of time. Would you
Yeah.
mind sharing a piece?
Oh, sure.
Of the
Yeah.
book?
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the introduction to Olivetti. It's quite possible you've never spoken to a typewriter before. This is not your fault. Humans tend to think we can't understand them. But when you sit still for long enough, there is much you can learn. I should introduce myself. Yes, I do have manners. I'm very well-rounded, despite my sharp corners and squared shape. I am called Olivetti, but that is nothing more than where I was made. Typewriters aren't given names the way humans are, the way books are. Do not get me started on those attention hogs. Many of my kind are called Olivetti, yet I am one of the few who are left. Most of my friends have gone extinct. We are like our own breed of dinosaurs, except no one goes digging for our fossils. Things would be very different if only our breed could roar. It's quite possible you've never seen a typewriter before either. Most young humans have not had the pleasure. What is this thing? I'm often asked when children meet me. They'll move their hand over my steel frame, searching for something that isn't there. Where's the screen? It looks like a broken computer. I find this highly offensive. Typewriters have much more character than one of those know-it-alls. While we might make it look easy, being a typewriter is no picnic. Of course, I've never actually been on a picnic. No one has never invited me to one. This might be because I do not have a mouth, which seems to be a picnic prerequisite. Humans type out words on us, stories, love letters, rants about members of their species. Sometimes they spill their secrets all over our keys. Our silence makes us trustworthy. So far, I've kept my word, which is to say I've kept every word given to me, every story I've stored. It's an important job, being a protector of memories. Memories are like heartbeats. They keep things alive. They make us who we are. Thank you.